The cosmic balance had shifted. Ancient texts described an earthly realm buckling under the chaos of demons, prompting the god Vishnu to take a human form. He was born as Ram, a prince destined to restore the fading order. Ram mastered the arts of war and the complexities of scripture, yet his defining trial took place far from any battlefield. In the court of King Janak, he faced a challenge designed to filter out the unworthy. The task was to lift and string the massive, unyielding bow of Lord Shiva. While rival kings couldn't even budge the weapon, Ram lifted it with a single hand. As he drew the string back, the ancient stone violently snapped in two. Where others approached the bow with a desire to dominate it through muscle, Ram's effortless victory suggested a different kind of power. The snap signaled that in this universe, true strength is a byproduct of being in total sync with divine will, rather than physical ego. On the eve of his coronation, a political trap dismantled Ram's future. His stepmother, Kaikeyi, invoked a forgotten life debt owed by the king, demanding that her own son, Bharath, take the throne instead. Kaikeyi's ultimatum left no room for compromise. Bharath was to receive the jeweled crown, while Ram was stripped of his royal status and sent to live as an ascetic in the wilderness for exactly 14 years. Ram's reaction was a study in restraint. He accepted the banishment immediately, placing his father's honor and the weight of a royal promise above his own right to rule an empire. Even Bharath, the beneficiary of the coup, refused to sit on the stolen throne. He followed his brother to the forest and brought back Ram's wooden sandals, placing them on the seat of power to signal that he was merely a placeholder for the rightful king. By choosing the forest over the palace, Ram defined Dharma as an absolute. In this framework, duty is not a flexible choice. It is the unwavering adherence to one's word, even when it demands the total surrender of power. The tranquility of exile ended when a demoness named Surpanaka attempted to attack Sita. Ram's brother Lakshman intervened with a swift, violent stroke, mutilating the demoness and triggering a cascade of retaliation. Her brother Ravana, the demon king of Lanka, responded with a psychological trap. He deployed a demon in the form of this radiant golden deer, a shimmering beast designed to lure Ram and Lakshman away from their camp and leave Sita vulnerable. Before leaving, Lakshman drew a mystic perimeter called the Lakshman Rekha. Ravana bypassed the defense by disguising himself as a holy beggar. This line functioned as a hard boundary. The magic repelled any external force. But when Sita crossed the line to offer food, she stepped out of the protection zone and was seized. The perimeter held against force, but it was useless against deception. Ravana successfully weaponized Sita's own sense of duty and compassion to lead her into her own abduction. Without an army, Ram built a coalition of forest dwellers and outcasts. He secured an alliance with the Monkey King, Sugriva, and the divine warrior Hanuman, mobilizing a massive non-human force for the rescue. Hanuman served as the ultimate scout, leaping across the southern ocean to reach the fortress of Lanka. High above the Golden City, his presence cast a shadow over Ravana's empire as he located Sita held captive in a grove of Ashoka trees. To cross the sea, the army executed a feat of divine engineering. As these massive boulders hit the waves, they didn't sink. Instead, they bobbed on the surface, forming a floating bridge that connected the mainland to the demon kingdom. The war concluded when Ram unleashed a decisive weapon against Ravana. This arrow struck the single point of vulnerability in the demon king's armor, ending his reign and shattering the power of Lanka. Ram didn't win through conventional military superiority. His victory was fueled by the fanatical devotion of his allies, a loyalty earned because he fought a war based entirely on the restoration of righteousness. Ram returned to Ayodhya a hero, his 14-year exile complete. He ascended the throne, beginning an era of peace and stability that became the standard for a perfect kingdom. But even a perfect king is subject to the judgment of his people. Rumors began to spread, with citizens questioning Sita's purity after her long captivity in Ravana's palace. To ensure the integrity of the crown remained beyond public doubt, Ram chose the office over the individual. He sat alone in his palace while his pregnant wife was sent back into the forest, this time permanently. In the wilderness, Sita raised their twin sons, Love and Kush, who grew into master warriors. They eventually reunited with their father during a royal sacrifice, proving their lineage through their prowess and their knowledge of the epic itself. Ram's story suggests that the highest form of power is inseparable from the highest form of loss. He defined the crown not as a prize, but as a burden that requires a leader to dismantle their own happiness for the sake of the collective.